Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, people. Good evening, everyone. And welcome to another Plane Shift development stream where we are trying to build a game that we love. Yeah. I don't know if it's the game that we love or we love building the game or both of them. But anyway, we are having fun doing this. If it is not the easiest things to do, but we're having fun doing this. And we are learning a lot while we do it. Yeah. Hello. Good evening. I'm here. We don't have a picture of the day, but if you want, we can look at this one. Which, by the way, now is also my background screen. My desktop background. And yeah. And yeah. I'm doing good. How are you guys? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So, the good news is that I have finished the alternate style of the hair for the Ilian female. So, the good news for you is that you will not have to look at it again. Okay. So I finished it. It's done. And is already imported into the game, and you can see it here if you want. No, sorry, this is the previous one. That is the one that we did, the first one that we did, which is a bit more, it's a bit simpler if you want. Also, there is no real shading, no real transparency, so it's very simple, I know, but still is what it is. And this one is the second one, which is now completed. As you can see, it looks very good. The transparency on the face, I think, is very nice. And this thing. Now it shows only on one side because it's not a double-sided material. I tried with double-sided material, but it's not really working as expected. So I will leave it as one-sided. But it looks good here. It looks good here. There's a bit of a problem here at the top, but you will not notice because it's at the top. And if you look at the back, also, I think it is looking fine. So overall, I'm very happy about that. Considering I'm not an artist, I think it came out nice. It came out nice. I think there is still a bit of transparency going on here, so maybe we can remove it. You see that you see the skin below, but it's fine, right? So it's done. Hello, Shimon. You are here. Good evening. Good evening, Marcelum. Hello, hello. Can I say the grown-up roguelike GFX does not matter much? Yeah, exactly. Anyway, to have very, very good graphics, you need few things. You need, first, a larger team, and second, you need also to, I think, be smarter on how you set up the assets, right? It's a bit long to explain, but in terms of how many will be visible at the same time, which one will be loaded at which time, and maybe designing certain areas to be loaded, also only when needed, and certain monster be present also in certain areas. At the moment, we are not doing any of that. So at the moment, basically, we open up, you know, the people that will set up the monsters and the levels to use any kind of art, any kind of monster. So maybe we'll have to tweak it later on. But anyway, I'm happy to see you. So this is done. Now the two hairstyles I think are cool. This one obviously is nicer, I know, but also the second one is not too bad. So I think we will use both of them. It's a bit brighter, but it's fine. I think it's just the way I rendered it. We will probably then turn it grayscale, and then we will color it with a shader, right? So this is probably what we're gonna do. But and yeah, and also we should remember that we are in an MMO now. We have some issue on this model, like for some reason the butt here is not fully as the one that I have in Blender. I think there is some weighting issue, but it's just a bit of a shadow here. Like she has a tail. I don't know, maybe the tailbone, because actually we have a tailbone attached here. So I don't know if the tailbone is giving any influence on there, but it's not too visible. I think it's okay. So I tested her in game, it works. So we can close this chapter for now. Now we will still have quite a bit to do on her if we want, but in the future. So for example, we can create a leather vest, and then a chainmail vest, and then a plate torso, right? So these are all the things that we may do. Also, another thing that may be nice is to change the metallic to be metallic in this area and in this area. So where there is the medallion, when there is these two things, and also the back when there is these two things, we could turn this metallic. Actually, we have a metallic map, but the metallic map is still pointing to the old model. So those parts are actually not. You see the metallic map is here, but is not, I think, is not used in those areas. So yeah, I think that it would be like in the middle of this. But these are all, you know, refinements. At the moment, we are not in refinement mode. We are more in addition mode, right? Hello, Robomania. Welcome back. Yeah, originally this was a model. If I take the original model, this was all geometry. The problem, and also the hair was full geometry in every single small piece, but it was really too heavy. So we had like 50,000 polygons just for the hair, and now we have like 400, right? And we had another 2,000 probably for this necklace, and so yeah, I want to resize the target on the screen. Thank you. Also, I think we are gonna for the little avatars today. Why not? For the little avatars. Let's launch the little avatars. So you all have an avatar in the stream. Why not? Do we want it on YouTube, or do we want it on Twitch? Maybe I will do it on Twitch. Usually I do it on YouTube, but this time, you know, let's do it on Twitch. Why not? Why not? Boom. Here we are. So you see, Robomania, now you have an avatar walking on the screen. Easy as that. And Simon as well, and myself as well, and Business Daddy as well. Yeah, the necklace was a full model, and I don't know if you want to see it. I can show you the original full model, which is very, very, very nice, by the way. This one, I think I saved it already. I'm not gonna save it again. The original full model. The original full model. Yeah, the problem is, where do I find it? But I think it's somewhere. Probably it's this one. Yes, it's this one. This was the original model, which actually is an asset that we bought. So we bought it on the marketplace, and it's actually a very nice model, but is super high poly count. So if I show you the poly count, it's still loading because it's super heavy. Yes, this is the poly count, so it's not really usable for our means, but we took this one and I and I modified it up to the point where it was actually usable in game. We still have a few additional pieces that we could use, like the robe, for example. There is this nice armor and nice belt that I think we can use. Let me remove the armature, which is a bit annoying to see. The helm we don't need, and also these other pieces we don't need. But there is this piece of armor and this belt which potentially we may use in the future. But yeah, just to show you the original one, removing all the pieces that I'm not using, right? If I remove all the pieces that I'm not using, that is the result. And still, you know, we are at 130,000 polygons. So it was a bit crazy, right? As you can see, it was a bit crazy, so I had to reduce it. And I decided, but I think it was a good decision, to also change the necklace and those. You see that those are real 3D pieces in the original model. And the necklace in particular was very nice. And also these two things here, these metal things are very nice. But the problem is the cost, right? The poly count also on the necklace was insane. I tried to lower it, but the result was bad. And so I think at the end I decided, yeah, they have chat bubbles, yes. You can speak and they speak. Also, you can customize your avatar if you want. If you click on the link that is just there on the chat now, you can customize your avatar. And I did it in a very simple way. So you can configure it so that you have to pay points, channel points, to change equipment, but I think I left it open, and so you can basically change any equipment piece of your avatar as you want. Yay. Okay, so this one, I mean, for now is done. I don't want to see it anymore. We worked enough on her, and I spent a lot of time, and it's fine. It's fine. Let's put some music and let's work on the next character. So the idea for tonight is to start to work on the next character, and it's something that I already worked a bit 2 or 3 days ago. The Diablo is done, by the way. You didn't see it, but well, it's not exactly true. I mean, we decided to convert the Innun to the Diaboli, or Diaboli, and so basically we are using that model. We just changed the skin a bit in terms of skin color, which is similar to the Diaboli, and we changed a bit the size, I think, if I remember right, and a few other things, but I didn't check it yet. I didn't check it yet too much. I just seen some screenshot from Zwei. And by the way, shout out to Zwei, because has been helping so much lately. In the last 2 months, he really did a lot, and has been insane. Has been doing so much that on the art side. Okay, so no, we are going to work on the Kleros female, right? We want the Kleros female in, and I don't think there is a lot of work to do on it. So I worked a bit on it, and I don't remember if it's this one. This one we can close. I don't need it anymore. Yes. Now, it's very hard to create a female look, right, with such a face. What I did, I changed a bit the style of the shading here below the eyes. I changed the color of the fin, right? And then Zwei did pretty significant... and then I also removed the spikes on the wings. And then Zwei did some pretty significant changes, adding some breasts here at the front and making the butt a bit more rounded, right? So more girl-like. I think he also increased the hips a bit, and he added this drape, kind of, how do you call it? Drape? This cloth on top, right? So overall, she should look fairly different. Now, it's still looking like a bit of a male face, but I think it's looking kind of a male face for our standards, okay? And not for their standards, so I think it's okay. Yes, years of... I know, it's years, but man, we are doing this in the spare time, you know, and in the spare time... there is that much we can do. I mean, I would love to do it full time. I would love to do it full time, but it's not possible. I mean, it's not possible because it's not worth it, you know, it's not giving you a living, but that would be very nice. Okay, so... And anyway, we say we did good progress also doing it in the spare time, so it's okay. I mean, we are having fun, we are learning new tools, new technologies. It's okay. So let me associate maybe the texture so we see the texture properly in this model. By the way, we have a nomenclature that I would like to follow, and also I would like to detach this model from the armature, because this armature was not positioned properly at the beginning. And also this armature is giving some gaps. Is creating some gaps. And so I need to re-rig it, okay? This one is not being rigged properly, at least. It's been rigged, but not properly. So we need to change that. So we only need the basic model. Now, what I want to be sure is that whenever I go in edit mode, right? You see that when I go in edit mode, the head moves a bit, right? When I go in edit, apparently there is a bit of a line here, but that's unfortunately the old texture. The head moves a bit. Now the question is, what is the right position? I think the right position is the one in edit mode. The rest doesn't move. It's only the head that moves. I don't know why. So my suggestion will be to detach the armature, at least from the head, at least. So if I go on the head and I press Alt P, it should clear the parent. I will try clear parent without keeping transform. Fuck. So that didn't work. So let me try to then clear and keep transform. Fuck, it didn't work as well. So meaning that... Ah, but it still moves. Why it still moves? Even if I deleted the... Do you think it still has some... yeah. Probably still has... some... So I need to delete all of this. You think that when I delete all of those, it will go back to the normal position? Ah, yes, it does. Okay. Okay, nice. Nice. Okay, so we are going to follow our guide because we created a guide and I want to improve it, by the way. I know your feeling. With my blog, YouTube, Twitch, I would like to have those full-time job and I'm in a uni. Yeah, exactly. In full-time job and kids. Yes. You also have kids, so that's a big thing. I mean, in terms of time consumption. So absolutely. Hello, Hula. Hula, I have a good news for you. Okay, the lady's finished. So you will not see anymore the lady, okay? The lady's finished. The hair are in place. This is the final result if you want to see it. It's looking nice. Yes, there's hair that are going down there. And it's looking nice. And it's completed. Right? Because yesterday I saw your comment that you said it is taking more than making a full medieval village. Yes, you are right, but we also did some other stuff meanwhile. Okay, so the technique, I think the technique is the following. We select all these pieces and we remove the parent from all of them, clearing the parent, right? And then we go in, we take every single piece and we remove all these pieces. We remove all these groups which are absolutely not needed. And this is another mistake, by the way, that it wasn't the model, but it's okay. You have an 18-year-old boy. Wow. And a 9-year-old girl. Ah, so you took your time to think about doing another one, huh? 9 years, wow. So we are clicking like crazy because we are deleting all that stuff because this stuff should not be there. And we will bring this model to in-game. Still trying to convince the wife for a third one? Oh my god. Oh my god, okay. Be careful, be careful. Because I have a friend that did that, and then the second, well, not the third one, but the second one came as two twins. And so instead of doing +1, he did +2. So you have to be careful on that. Careful on that. Okay, so we deleted from there, we deleted from here, we deleted from the arms, we deleted from the hands, we deleted from the head, and we are missing the eyes. Now the eyes also seems to be a bit weird in terms of positioning, but as soon as we will remove the head, I can do it now. I can start with the head so we see if it works. As soon as I remove this, you see that they move. So I think when we will delete them all, they will hopefully go in place. If not, no problem. No, they don't. So the eyes are definitely a bit fucked up, but we can fix them. I don't know if it was like this also in the original model, but probably not. I don't know if it's the position of the head that it is, but anyway. We will just, oops. We will just fix the eyes by sticking to vertex and that's it. right? As easy as that. Now, these eyes are a bit too simple, I know, but this was what we had at that time. One of my cousins got +2 in the first round, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of, but I think twins are amazing, so I think is anyway very nice. It's anyway very nice. I mean, it's a bit of a surprise, I guess, but you know. Okay, now we're gonna fix. Okay, let me save this, by the way, to version 3 or something. So we'll save it at version 3, and we will work on this one for a bit. The other thing I really want to fix are the materials, but before doing that, we need to merge everything. So all the pieces needs to be one single mesh. So we're gonna do, well, at least all the ones that have stuff that we need to wait. Yeah, basically in this case is everything, because you see that every piece has its own correspondent. So the only thing that we could keep separate in theory are the eyes, but I don't think it's very worth it. So I think that we also have the robe. We also have the robe. We also have the robe. The problem of the robe is that the robe, okay, the robe is not connected to the ends like adjacent vertices, so I think that is reasonable for us to keep it, yeah, to keep it separate. Okay, so I think the robe will keep it separate for now. Everything else we will just join. Why is not doing it? For some reason it's not doing it. I need to do it from this view. Ah, yes, I need to do it from this view. Why? I have no idea, but it's fine. But it's fine, my friends. It's fine. Okay. So basically I have one single mesh now. And there is the first part. The mesh should be one at this point. We will split it later, right? So this is the technique. Now the second thing I want to do, I've seen that this armature has been modified a bit, and it's not something that we want to use. The armature has been destroyed a bit, and so we are going to copy this one into a new model, and in this case we are going to take our base mannequin template, right, which is this one, which is the latest and greatest that we have. Hello Tony, how are you? We are moving to Kleros. The lady is completed. If you want to see her new hairstyle, there is the new hairstyle, and I think it came out very well with these transparent pieces. I think it looks nice. I'm not gonna touch it anymore, and also the back is nice. I think at the end was a bit of work, but I think it looks good. So she's done. Well, let's say that she's still missing the chainmail, the torso plate, and all of that, but okay, we move to this. Now the question is, can I move, can I copy,
I'm okay, thank you, I'm good.
Can I copy this, right? And paste it here without things going crazy? Why is bringing an armature with it? That is not good. I deleted the armature. I deleted the armature. No, I didn't delete it. I disconnected it. Yes, I didn't delete it. So I need to delete it, I guess. The model is not moving an inch, right? When I delete it. So I think I need to bring this too. So let me copy this and try to paste it here. Okay. I assume that the vertical height is okay, right? This is what I assume. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I assume it. Right? I assume it. I assume it's okay. So, okay, let's try to improve our guide, okay? Because we want this guide to be error proof, right? Error proof. So the mesh should be 1 at this point. We are split the after and waiting leg and blah 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 blah. Use the provided skeleton to see this page. Okay, and this page is just telling us to use the Uekin Mannequin blend. And then he's asking us to do all of this, which is already done, so we don't need that. You know what we can do, maybe? Because at the end is only this line, you know? At the end is only this line, so maybe we... Do we want to replicate it or not? Because then we have to keep the reference. But anyway. Okay, so we use the provided skeleton, which is this one. So we have it, is this, right? Which also has the wings, and in this case we need the wings. Now, you should not have any vertex group defined. If there are, just delete them all. Okay. So I think we did this. So we deleted all the vertex group. Let me just check on the robe, because on the robe they are still here. So we're gonna delete them on the robe as well, so that we don't have any vertex group defined. I'm waiting an email. But I think we'll probably arrive tomorrow if it arrives, which is very important, but we will see. It is related to plane shift, yes. So it's something that I want to check. We delete all of this. And then so this step is done. Before associating to the skeleton, scale the mesh to be the right height and size, okay? And in this case we did it, so we assume that this size is the size of the Kleros, right? I think the Kleros are smaller than... I can double check, but I can double check... The Kleros are pretty much like an alien, right? Are pretty much like an alien. So they should be 170 or something like that. Yes, and you see that this is 2 meters, this is 190, 180, 170. So I think it's between, yeah, I think it's okay. So I think it's the right size. Okay, so we check that the model is actually at the right size. So this is done. Then select the armature in object mode and scale the skeleton so the hips are the right height. Okay. So I need to select the armature in object mode, and I need to scale, I would say global 3D cursor. Maybe we can also say that. We can also say that. Select the armature in object mode, scale dimension the right size and height, use global 3D cursor scale with cursor at 0, 0, 0. Okay, just to be precise. So it basically scales down. Okay, I think we can do that. So we can scale the armature. I would say that this armature is fitting very, 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 very well. So I think will be easy. Our job will be kind of easy because it is already fitting super good. Also the ends, if you see, are pretty much in the right position. Everything seems to be pretty much in the right position. The wings, well, the wings, because we have only one wing model, so I guess we modeled it on this one. And the tail, we don't care. Now, one thing I want to see is from the side, right? Because I think I never look too much at the side. So should we move the model, you know? Because the spine is here. The problem is that if I move the model to the front, I think I will lose. So if I move the model slightly like this, I think the hips will be in a better position, but then I lose the arms, right? I lose the arms. And I don't want that. I don't want that. I mean, it's looking kind of okay to me. Maybe we have the shoulder a bit lower, but yeah, I'm slightly concerned about this position of the hips in this view, because actually it's a bit too much to the front. So this means that when she will bend, forward, it may be a bit too stretched on the front and too large on the back, right? So I think we need to move the problem is that if we move the hips back, I don't know exactly what happens. I don't know exactly what is the in-game effect of that. We can try. I mean, it's not too much of a problem. We can try. But those are definitely not centered, right? I think we can move that to the back a bit. But we have to be careful that when we do it. Okay, but anyway, let's say that we did this step, okay? We did this step. Then, in edit mode, so again, select the armature, I would say. Select the armature, and in edit mode, move and not scale some bones to better match the model. Example, the spine, the clavicles, the arms, until they are about to the right, in the right position. Okay, so we select the armature, and yeah, I do that very often. We select the armature, and in edit mode, if we want, we can move stuff. Okay. Now the first thing that I'm usually looking at are the hips, because the femur bone or whatever. So because this one will determine how the character will raise his legs, and here I definitely see a problem. So I think I will try to move this one backward a bit, right? Because I fear otherwise will not be in the right place. And about the pelvis, I think we should somehow do the same. So I think we should connect. Because if I move this, only that moves, huh? Yeah, but I would like to have the pelvis positioned more like this. Now, I will try to do one additional step, okay, which is to delete the bones that are not needed. You can delete the bones which are not used in this model. So it is to be verified, okay? I think the answer is yes, but I'm not 100% sure. So you can delete the bones which are not used in this model. Example, the tail, right? Or wings. I think this is the case. So I think that our model, the problem is if you have more bones, not if you have less bones. So I think that in this case, we can just go ahead and click on this and delete. We will see what happens, okay? And if we have to redo it, we will redo it. I already did a mistake. The mistake is that you need to enable all the layers when moving stuff. You see? I already fucked up. The scale didn't affect it, but the move did. So, okay. So there is something that we need to absolutely state on our guide. Absolutely. So because this is also something I may easily forget. So be sure to enable. So in this case, what you need to do, you need to click on the armature. Yes, you need to select the armature. Select the armature and be sure to enable. All layers inside the object data properties in the properties panel. This is to be sure that when you edit the bones, right, you will edit them all at the same time, right? And in fact, I didn't do it, and there was already a problem. So what you need to do, you need to click on all these things, enable all the layers. So now you're seeing the controls and the bones. Now, there is not a problem from the scale. So for the scale, I think we are good. But we need it for the movement. Because when I move, I think I want to move also the twist. Right? I don't want to move only... So... like I said, if I want to move this more to the inside, right? And if I want to move also this, the problem is selecting them. The problem is selecting them, boys. But let me go in another view. And this, okay, all these ones we want to bring back, okay? How much? I think like this is more than enough. Now this also I want to mention, this is also something I want to mention. Select the armature, in edit view move the right position. I will add also repeat for the side view, right? Example, if the hips need to be more backward or need to be moved backward or forward, right? Need to be, this also is to be verified, okay? If it's not causing problems to move them in the other axis, but I think it should not. I don't know if with ALS we are going to get in trouble for this, but personally I don't think so. So we will see. So let's say that we do this change. This one we don't move it, even if it's slightly disjoint is fine. I'm going to select this bone, this bone, this bone, and this bone because it's the tail, and delete them. And what else? I'm going to check the wings and see if the wings are proper, but yes, we modeled this based on this model, so obviously they are correct. I'm going to check again a bit of the clavicles if they are at the right height, because the problem of the clavicles is how Danny will raise his arms, right? So they need to be in the position, they need to be in the position. Yeah, but I think it's good enough. So I don't know if it's very visible for you, but this is the shoulder, right? And it is the focal point. So his arm will raise pretty good. So the point where you don't want to have this is like down here. If you do it down here, the shoulder will always be broken. But if you have it here, in theory, it can also be a bit higher than this, but I think here is perfectly fine. I think it should be okay, right? If you move your arm up and down, you will see where is the, you will feel where is the pivot point, and the pivot point is just below the shoulder, right? And because here you have the armpit, and so this part is basically empty, and so it needs to be in the middle of pretty much this space, right? Okay, so I think this one is fine. What about the Z view? In the Z view, the only thing that I want to see, it's not very easy to see, but these are the upper arms. The only thing I want to see is if it's centered. By the way, the model doesn't look to be, because there is the cloth on top. Okay. Yeah, I think it's okay anyway. I think it's okay. Okay. And anyway, if it's not perfect, it's not perfect. We don't die. Okay, let's say that we did the changes. So we did scale, we did edit mode, move of bones, and we did the side view, and we deleted the bones that are not needed. Okay. Okay. If you can modify the mesh, then in edit mode, move the entire mesh along the y-axis so the neck bone is in the center of the mesh neck. Repeat this for other character components. Yeah, this is basically the opposite of what we... Okay, but makes sense. So, but I think we are good for the... We are good for the neck. I think the neck is pretty much in the middle. I mean, it should be maybe a bit more forward, but I think it's okay. Will not give a problem to this character. I think it's fine. Add additional bones where needed for tails and wings. Well, actually, this one, you know, was just for our initial modeling, but now we don't need to that anymore. I don't know, I can flag it as optional, but yeah, we'll flag it as optional like we did for this one. I will probably remove it from the sequence and just keep it optional, because it's not really something we are gonna do ever again. Okay, so parent the meshes to the armature. In object mode, select all the meshes, then Control click on the armature, then Control P and select Attachment to form with weights. Okay, so this is a bit of a fragile step. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save this, okay? Before doing any other changes. We will save it as version 4. Okay, so in object mode, select all the mesh in the control click on the armature. Now, all the meshes in this case for us is the main and the robe and this one, and then we are going to Control P, and then we said with automatic weights. And now we have the parenting now, right? But it worked only for one. Now, do we really need to do this? Because I've seen in the other model that the parenting was not required. That if you have the modifier, is enough. And maybe it's a better idea. I don't think I'm gonna do this parenting anymore. I will say remove, check if okay. So let's try not to do it, okay? Let's try not to parent it. We will not parent it. We will not parent it. Easy. Easy remove one step. But the problem is, how do we get the vertex group then if we don't parent it? I think we just click on the object. We go to modifier. We already have an armature modifier. And we select the armature as the object. Now, does this add automatically all the groups or not? It doesn't. It doesn't. Do we want automatically the groups to be there? I don't think so. I think we can select the groups that we want when we want. Maybe there is also a way to do it automatically, but bind the two vertex groups, yes. Yes. So basically what we do, instead of that one, in step number 10, is to add the, so is select the meshes and add the armature modifier, and select your armature as target object in the modifier, right? So this is what you do. It is what you do. And this one, we just did it, right? As object, we select that one. Now, if I move the armature at the moment, nothing should happen in theory, because there is no weight. There is no weight, exactly. Oh, sorry, this one needs to be moved this way, by the way. You see, there is no weight connected. Now, okay, fine. Now, apply the scale on the armature. In object mode, click the armature, Control A, select scale. The armature should have 111 in the end panel. Okay, so now, since we scaled the armature has a scale that probably is not 111. In object mode. You see 0.90 something, right? So we need to click Control A and select scale, so that now this one goes to 111 in the end panel. So this step is done. Now fix the weight still as a single mesh for the world character. Okay, so this is what we need to do. Now, the fact that we are not parenting is not automatically adding the vertex groups, and so it means that we don't get automatic weights. And I think this can be annoying. But it's probably more precise, right? So the first thing we need to do, maybe we can do it in the base template, by the way, is to create a sample animation. I think we should have a sample animation in the... Hello, Marcelo. Hide all non-deforming bones before starting animating. Why? I mean, before starting painting, why? I also need to move the look at, otherwise it will obviously look wrong. Ah, fuck. I didn't set the original keyframe on this one. Sorry, I'm doing something that in reality I don't want to do. I want to do this, right? And why this thing didn't move? Okay. And then I want basically at, I don't know, 12 to have the same, to have that leg go back to where it was. And then I want at 12 this one to start to move. Maybe we can put it at 20. Yeah, we need to create this simple animation in the base file so that I don't have to redo it all the time. It's pretty stupid that I need to redo it. I mean, it's kind of pointless that I need to redo it. Okay, so let's remove the legs and we will see the end result, right? Right. Okay, so it's basically raising one leg, then one hand, and then the other hand, right? So at least we have a bit of a movement that we can use to test the thing. So you can add a vertex group you want and not IK of this twist or that. Just want to do before I have to wait to pay. Yeah, exactly. So how do you do the auto wait if he's not parented? Can I ask him to do automatic wait? Because starting from automatic wait, I think would be anyway a good idea. Mainly when we are in this situation, right? Because the only thing I've seen it is that you can do it when you do the parenting, right? So you go here and you go Control P and then you say set parent to armature with automatic weights, right? But I think I don't want to parent it because it's not really needed, and if you can do something that is not needed, is better, right? If we can avoid doing something that is not needed, is better. So can I still have the weight if he's not automatically, if he's not a parent? Can I ask the armature or whatever to auto weight any meshes?
So you have a rig, but you don't know how to connect it to your character. Not a problem. In about 10 seconds, you'll have the rough draft of your rig painted.
I remember the voice of this guy.
Alright, let's do this. Go to object mode, select your mesh, select your armature, press Control P, and click with
Yeah, he's doing it
weights.
with the parenting.
You're done. Now you can get an idea of what your character is going to look like when it's...
Is doing it with the parenting. Should we do the parenting or not? I don't know if anyone is saying something like I can do it without parenting, but there's someone that is asking that question. Okay, so we need to parent. Okay, fine. I don't know. Zwei, for example, add it without parenting. I don't know. Or you can always unparent. Okay, unparent or whatever. Okay, so we need to do it. I mean, fine. I mean, if okay, it's okay. It's okay. I can go back to my steps. Where was it? So to get automatic weights, to get automatic weights, parent the mesh to the armature. In object mode, select all select one mesh, and then control click on the arm. Because if you do it on all, it doesn't work. Control click on the armature, control P, and select the form with weights. Repeat for all the meshes. Okay. Fine. So we reestablish that one. Okay. We reestablish that one. Okay. Fine. We said no, but now we say yes. It's okay. It's okay. So we select the mesh and then the armature. So we select the mesh, then the armature, then we control P. Now the thing that you were saying is that hide the non-deforming bones so that I don't get the shit, right? I don't get all the... Let me try, because it's exactly what I want to understand. So if I do it automatic way, now I have them all enabled, okay? I have them all enabled. Okay, so in theory it did it. Let me see if I got a million things. Yes, I got a million things, including the IK and all the other shit. Okay, I understand. So, so in theory, we want to have only... Yeah, we want to have only the first one. The first one is... Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay, so the instruction is to get automatic weights, parent the machine to the armature. Well, actually, there is a step before this. To get parent the mesh to the armature, but select only the first layer, which contains the deforming bones, or you will get vertex groups that you don't need, right? So you need to select that, and then in object mode select one mesh. Okay, so we'll select only the first one. So let me go back, if we can. Right, before the parenting. Okay, here we are before the parenting. So my mesh fit is 0 vertex group. Okay, so I take so I select only the first group, then I do this, and then I do the control P with automatic weights. So now I'm expecting in my thing to have only... No, it's doing it anyway, man. It's doing it anyway. Is associating all the vertex group, including the ones that we don't want, including the IK and the friend of the IK and The brother of the IK. So it's not working. I mean, it's working, but not the way we want. So selecting only one layer doesn't work. Blender auto weight only visible bones. Nah. How to wait for a single bone? Because Blender needs all the deforming bones to apply weight. Deforming bones. How does he know if a bone is deforming or not? Okay, but we can delete them. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but I think it is to hide in edit mode. To hide in edit mode? Holy shit, bro. No, I think it's easier if we delete them then. I think it's easier if we delete them after the fact. Because anyway, we are working with a single model now, right? Before the weight. So I think it's perfectly fine. I want to make the things as simple as possible. So to get automatic weight, parent the mesh to the armature. So in object mode, select one mesh, control click, blah blah blah, repeat. Then so you will get vertex groups also for the IK and other controllers. Controller object, and all the controllers. Now click on the mesh and under vertex groups delete the groups you don't need. I think we can do it manually. Let's do it manually and fuck it. Unless we find a better way, but if I have to go hide the bones, show them again, I don't know, it seems to be too complex really. Because it's only one mesh. Then apply the scale on the armature, and with this we did it. Okay. Then fix the weight as a single mesh. Then split the mesh in components. Then export the mesh. Okay. So this should basically do it. So that is the thing. I don't know why we have these pictures, by the way. I think you're just confusing. Can I delete the third picture? I don't like it. First, I don't like it, and second, it's just confusing and taking space. Okay. Okay, so we did that. So now we needed to delete the groups that we don't care about. So we will do the parenting with automatic weight. We will do the parenting with automatic weight. So what you are saying is that if I now remove the parenting, in theory, why my model moves? This I really don't like, eh? This I really don't like. Why my model moves when I do the parenting? I really don't like it. Okay, this is the parenting of the main model. And it doesn't move, okay? But if I go to the robe, unless the robe has some vertex group, but if I go to the robe and I do the same thing, it moves a bit here at the bottom. Why it moves? Look. What? Why it moves? Why parenting changes the geometry? It should really not. With automatic weights. What the fuck is going on? Is it really changing the model or what? It's changing the model. But why it happens only on the robe and it does not happen on the main model? Because you already had the armature modifier. Let me remove the armature modifier. Fuck, he moves. Look at this. It should absolutely not move an inch. It is a very bad. Very bad. Why it moves? Is there any other property that is like... Are you at frame 0? Yeah, I am at frame 0 and the animation is changing a bit, but I am at frame 0, yes. Now, it's strange that he's not doing it on the other one. So he's doing it only on the... Let me go back. Maybe he did it also on the main one. I just didn't see it. Okay. Our model is like this. And it doesn't have any modifier. No, actually it has a modifier. I removed the modifier. I associate it to the armature. You see, it's not moving an inch. It's staying exactly where it is. Zero movement, right? For this mesh. Maybe because it's the first, I don't know. Let me do with the other one as the first. And it moves. What the fuck? It should absolutely not move. Because if it moves, it means that it's going into a position which is not the position we want. I have no idea. It's happening only on the robe. Let me check if this robe has any weird stuff. But the only thing that it could have a modifier, right? But we removed the modifier. What other weird thing it could have? It could have vertex group, but she has 0 vertex groups. So... is the other mannequin that is in the background doing something? I mean, I can delete it. We don't need it anyway. What else can influence our... it doesn't have a parent. So strange. Maybe it's made of, I don't know. I can triangulate it. Let me triangulate it. I triangulate it. I don't know if it makes any difference, but anyway, we did it. Mesh robe, armature, Control P. Look at this. He's moving. He's moving a bit the shoulder and he's moving a bit the bottom. It's like if he's applying the I mean, it's like if he's applying something. Add object constraint. Let me check if all the things are empty. Enable physics. Mesh robe. No modifiers. Relationships. No relationships. I think it's the same between these two. No modifiers. I'm switching between these two to see if there is, if I see any difference, but I mean the material, I don't think the material is a problem, right? There is nothing else different. Let me do a little trick, maybe. Let me convert the object to mesh again. Where was it? Or let me apply... Ah, wait. He has a scale of 0.2. But also the other one has a scale of 0.2. It's the same. They both have the same scale, and then they both have this exactly the same position and exactly the same rotation. So actually they are identical. They are identical. You know what? I think I'm gonna merge them. Let me do this. I merge them, and then I will parent and see if it moves. Hopefully not. Exactly. It didn't move, and now I'm gonna split it again. And fuck it. I think there was something... There was something in the... I don't know. In the mesh object which was not correct. Okay, so now we have it again. So now we have it split. And so I have my robe separate from, right? If I hide it. Yes. And now both are parented and it didn't move. And it didn't move. I don't know, there was something, but I cannot tell you what is it. I mean, what was it? There was definitely something fuck it up there. Okay. It's not at 0, 0, 0. No, I mean, also, they are exactly in the same position. I don't know, I think there was some property, but merging them, you know, solved the issue. Okay. So now we have 3 million things here. So the suggestion will probably be to... Ah, by the way, I think we can delete the extra ones before splitting, so it's even simpler for us. Let me go back to when they were merged. Okay, here they were both merged, right? So since they are merged, I can delete, for example, all the twist that I don't really need, right? I can delete all the IK. I mean vertex groups. And is there anything else I need to delete? Probably not. No, I think the rest is good. Okay, so I can split it now. I can split it now. What? I hope he's not fucking up with me, huh? I hope he's not fucking up with me, but should not. Okay, so we have the robe in theory. It is closed at the bottom, so it should be fine. I think it's fine. I think it's how it should be. Okay. So now we have them both, right? Both done. Now we have automatic weighting. So I'm expecting that this thing, if I animate, it moves. It doesn't move. That's interesting. Why it doesn't move? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we have a problem. What? They're all empty. So what did the automatic weighting do actually? It didn't do anything. It didn't do anything, boys. How is it possible? He didn't weight anything. Why didn't weight anything? I don't understand what is going on here. What is going on? Why when I parented this to this with automatic weight, he didn't weight shit? So all my vertex group are empty. Why? Bind the two vertex groups, right? So why? I have no idea. If I move a bone, it doesn't move. If I move a bone, it doesn't move. That's interesting. Even if I enable all the... Even if I enable all the layers, still is not doing it. Why? Why? Do you have an idea of why, boys? I mean, I mean, it worked in the past. Do you have an idea of why? Do you have an idea of why? So I have my armature. The object is pointing to armature. Vertex group is empty, but I think this should be empty, no? And bind to vertex group is here. So the problem is that if I try to wait, I mean, I can wait, but I can wait manually, but all of those are empty. Why all of those are empty? Holes or flip normals? Why? No. What do you mean? Holes? Well, we have the holes for the wings. But I mean, I can paint it. But the point is that yeah, now it moves. Now it moves. So if I add the weights, but why it didn't work then? I don't understand, boys. I don't understand why it doesn't work. It is very, very, very strange. I cannot go more back than this. With envelope weight. Why now is saying with envelope weight and not with with envelope weights? What do you mean by with envelope weights? Is using envelopes? 3ds Max we're using envelopes. I know envelopes, but nothing is moving anyway. Why don't I have any more the option to select vertex groups? With automatic weights? I think we are breaking Blender, boys. I think we broke it. I think it's broken, boys. It's broken. We broke it. We broke it. Somehow. We broke it. And it moves again. And it moves again. When we ah! For some reason the robe moves. He moves. He moves anyway. Even if I join and split, he moves. The only way is to join and parent and then split after, and then it doesn't move. If I split and parent, it moves. Believe it or not. Believe it or not, boys. I'm just going to pretend that nothing happened, and I'm just going to reopen it. Just pretending that nothing happened. What is heat? What is the heat? Ah, you mean the heat map? Yeah, but it was already in. Okay, I understand what you mean. I think. But okay, so I reopened the file. Okay. Nothing is parented. I only have this piece, right? I take my robe. I separate it as a different mesh, right? And now it's a different mesh. Now he has an armature modifier on it. I don't know why he has an armature modifier on it. Why we have this modifier? I don't want this modifier. Is this the modifier that is fucking us up? Because it keeps it in memory somehow? I don't know what to think. So now I have my robe, right? Separate. I click on the armature, Control P with automatic weights, boom, and it moves. And it moves. Also, it moves in a very weird way, like... What is doing exactly? You see, is like shrinking it in the middle. This is what it's doing with the geometry. I mean, why? That's insane. Try with the heat. I don't know what to do with the heat. I mean, if I do it with the main mesh, it doesn't move. This mesh doesn't move. So if I do with automatic weights, it doesn't move. I K bones snap into position. Do you see the bones moving? Let me see. Because I was not looking at the bones, I was looking at the... Do you see the bones moving? No. The yellow stuff is not moving. It's only the model that is moving. It's only the model, boys. Oh my god. Why there always be these weird problems? Why there must be these weird problems? This problem is weird, huh? I can't delete the animation. Maybe, I don't know. The animation behind the scenes is doing something. I don't know. I can't delete the animation. It's so strange. It's so weird. Okay, let me delete the animation. Let me delete the animation. just for fun. Okay. I will delete all the points of the animation. Delete keyframes. So now if I go back and forth, nothing happens, okay? Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Okay. So we take our robe and we just ensure that he has no modifier. Okay, he has no modifier. And now we parent it again, okay? Like if nothing happened. And it moves. And it moves, boys! Also, it moves in a weird way. Like, I mean, it's not just resizing, you know, like if the scale is fucked up, you know, it's not just a scale factor, is more than this. I mean, it's really moving. I don't understand. I don't understand. A mesh jump forward after parenting to armature. When I parent a mesh to an armature, the mesh jumps forward a bit. If I select the armature and switch to edit mode, it jumps back a bit. Ah, yes. Let me see if when I edit the mesh. Yeah, let me see that. Wait. Let me see that. Because that's another thing that happened before. Okay. It's modified, right? Now. Yes. You see? Now when I go in edit mode. No, when I go in edit mode of the armature. Because the armature moves in edit mode. The armature moves in edit mode. So apart from the mesh, if I just take the armature like this and I switch between edit mode and not edit mode, this thing is moving a bit. Right? You see here the elbow? The elbow is moving a bit. I don't know why that happens, by the way. I have no idea. So I think the same movement that we get on the armature in edit mode, it seems to be the same movement that we get on the robe when we parent it. But the funny part is that this does not happen on the mesh. Grab the mesh and move it around. He has no weights. He has no weights on it, so it will not do anything, right? Well, actually stretches a bit. No, it actually stretches. Wait. Actually, is it the perspective that is fucked up or what? Looking at it from the side, it looked like he was... You see the shoulder? You see the shoulder? It's moving. No, it's impossible that it moves without weights. What the fuck is this? Weight paint. If he has 0 weights, does he really have 0 weights? I know it doesn't have 0 weights. Now it doesn't have 0 weights. But before we had 0 weights. I don't know, I'm confused, boys. I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm confused on why it moves, and I'm confused of why now I see weights and before I couldn't see any. I'm confused. I mean, it's okay to be confused. It's not a big issue, but let me see on this one. If I go in weight paint, let me go in the most evident one. The most evident one is this one. This one doesn't have anything. Now, so the base doesn't have any because it's not parented. Sorry, that's my bad. Because it's not parented, huh? Because it's not parented. But you see, it doesn't move. Now it's parented. Okay, now it's parented. Now it's parented. He has zero weight. While this one, the robe, actually got some weight. What? This is my face at the moment. At the moment I have exactly this face, eh? Like, what? Like, what? Like what? I don't have a good place to put it. I can put it here. Like what? I like this picture. What? That is a bit scary, you know? That is a bit scary. Okay, let's analyze it. Let's analyze it logically, okay? I will not save anything. Okay, let's analyze it logically 1 second. Let's assume that we know how the tools work, okay? And let's say that I have my... Well, let's do this. Let's delete the robe, because the robe is a bit weird, okay? The robe is a bit weird. Let's delete... let's delete the robe, okay? I'm staying only with my character, okay? Stay with my character. I go here on the mesh. He has no modifiers. He has a million groups. I don't know why. I delete all the groups. Why has all these groups? Anyway, I delete all the groups. I delete the modifier.